record this for our friends who can't join us live. All right, come on out. Find a spot in the center of your space and take your feet nice and wide on that spot. Okay, turn your toes forward. Take a nice big deep breath in. Sweep your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, reach out and beyond your edges. I wanna make sure you can see all of me here. Again, inhale, take it up top. Exhale, this time reach backward, open through your chest, your throat, reach your chin to the sky. Feels great. Again, inhale, take it up to the top. As you exhale, dive all the way forward. Take your hands to the floor and drop your head. Shake out the back of your neck and just begin to tick-tock your hips from side to side. That'll open out your hamstrings, your inner thighs. Feels really great. Let's take our spiral stretch that we love so much. Left hand comes to the floor. Spiral your right arm up and open to the sky, and then let your head drip down to the ground. Now reach up through your thumb, your index finger. You might spiral your hand around a little bit, rotating through your wrist if that feels good. And inhale, reach up through the fingertips like somebody's pulling on them. As you exhale, lengthen your arm behind you from a side view, looks like this, and then reach your chin forward. Keep lengthening that left ear down to the left shoulder so that you get this long stretch from the base of your jaw on the right side all the way down for your thumb. Big inhale there. Exhale, carve the arm up, 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 reach it forward, take it back down to the ground and shake out the back of your neck. Bend both knees really deeply. Let your sits bones gravitate toward the floor and then ground your heels as you lengthen through the backs of your legs like two rubber bands. Resist at the backs of the knees. Again, we take it down nice and slow and press it back up. It's down, be thorough, and press it back up. You're trying to dig deep into the hip crease here as your back reaches to the ground. As you do that, your hip bones are really dripping to the floor and you're thinking about tractioning your low spine, reaching back up. Now I'm looking up at you just to check you out, but I want you to keep your head dropped down to the floor so that gravity really drips through the back of your neck. 2, and then reach back up. I've got a slow beat to my music. It feels good to me. You can choose whatever tempo feels really good to you. And then straighten back up. 2 more. It's big bend. And press back up. Last time, big bend in both knees, and then press back up. Hold 2 straight legs. Ground your right hand to the floor. Spiral your left arm to the sky, and then turn your whole body open to the ceiling. Let your head drip down to the floor. Another side view so that you can see what's going on here. Nice big inhale, reach tall, maybe rotate through the wrist. Exhale, lengthen your arm back behind you, hover it above your pelvis, and then reach your chin forward. If it feels okay on your shoulder, maybe you scoop your palm up to face the sky. Keep the right ear dripping toward the right shoulder. Big inhale there. Exhale, carve the arm up, reach it forward, 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 and drop it back down. A little faster, bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Good. You can always take this slower. The suggestion of the quicker tempo is just like to get your muscles a little bit hotter, bring a little bit more heat into your body. Take it, bend and reach. Good. Really dig the heels down. You're opening up the low back and then opening up the hamstrings. This is all about the back line of the body. You might even, if you have the balance, tuck your chin into your chest, reaching the top of your skull bones down to the ground. We have 5, 4, 3. You might be going slower. 2, last one. Hold it on the down. Now spin your heels toward each other. Turn your toes away and take the tops of your thighs. Straighten up your arms. Shrug your shoulders and sit down into a second position. Press your left knee open and drive the left shoulder down. Look over your right shoulder. Take a moment here. Big cycle of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Sink a little deeper. Get a little heavier. Good. Bring it back to center. Press the right knee open. Right shoulder spirals down. Look over your left. Think of the rotation in your mid-spine. Inhale. Exhale. Sink a little deeper. Good. And then bring it back to center. Press your knees open. Take your hands heart center. Turn your toes again back forward, just slightly, 11 and 1 o'clock. And then straighten your left leg, leaning to the right. Straighten your right leg, leaning to the left. Let's go side to side. Take it side. Good. My tempo is pretty fast here. If this feels like too quick for you, then just slow it down to the beat that feels really manageable. What we're trying to do is build some heat in the body here. And sometimes taking it slower feels even better and even warmer, right? Because you can get really deep, get really thorough about the movement. Good, nice guys. Yeah, I'm actually gonna choose to slow it down, get away from my tempo a little bit. Whew. Okay, so in these lateral lunges, you have a nice long spine. Think reaching out through the top of your head and then out through the tailbones. And at the same time, take an inhale into the front of the ribs. Exhale, gather the front of the ribs up and back so that you're trying not to flare your belly open and arch your back. You're really supported here through the bottom of the torso. Good. It's shift, shift. Now, really, maybe you start to reach your arms the opposite direction. Whew, to warm up the upper body too. Good. Now try talking through it all. It's a lot of work. It's reach, reach, and reach. Good, guys. Nice. Yeah. Good. We got 8 like this. 7, 6 at your own tempo. 5. It's 4, 3, 2. Now let's hold it on the right. Meet on the right, and then straighten your legs up to the left and tap the right toes. Sink back down to the right. Take it up and tap. Sink back down. Now take it at a tempo that feels like a challenge to you. Good. As you're coming down onto that right leg, you're pressing the right heel deep into the ground. So bring your weight into the back of the foot. Yeah. And then think about shifting the hips backward so that as you lean right, you're not tucking your pelvis underneath you and staying upright. That'll only put strain on the knees. You want to really hinge forward at the hip crease, reach your pelvis behind you, and flatten your spine forward. Good. To bring the load into your quadricep and your hip rather than the knee. You got 5, 4 at your own pace. 3, 2, last one, hold it down to the right. Spin to face that right leg and come into a big, nice crescent lunge. Take your right hand on your right thigh, reach your left arm to the sky. Big inhale, reach up. Exhale to open yourself back behind you. Press your right knee open with the right hand. Keep the collarbones wide. Spiral the left shoulder blade down the back. Nice big breath in here. Exhale, take your arm up and over, and then bring both arms up overhead. Hold here, squeeze the left glute. Pull back through the belly, and then just drop yourself a little deeper and pull back up. It's forward and up. Down 1 inch, up 1 inch. Woo! You're building a lot of heat here through that right hip, right? As you're grounding the right heel into the floor, drive the hips forward and pull back, forward and back. Now maybe your shoulders, your arms, your upper body isn't up for taking your shoulders or arms up overhead. You can always choose to have your hands heart center. Something I'm really loving lately is taking the hands right on the front of the rib cage, inhaling into them, and then exhale to drop the front of the rib cage down into the abdominal sheath. We got 3 more, and up, 2 more. Last time, hold it on the down. Arms come up, inhale up, exhale, open them around, and then frame your foot with both hands. Sink your hips low, come into a big runner's lunge. From here, lean into your left hand, spiral your right arm open to the sky, and let the hips drip a little bit deeper to the floor. Big inhale, reach tall. Exhale, sweep your arm behind you, and then bring it back forward to the floor. Step that right leg back to meet your left and find your way to a high plank. Good. Okay, here on your toes, you have the option to drop to your knees if you feel like you need a little bit more support. But wherever you are, inhale, exhale, reach your heart forward towards your thumbs, guys, and then pull your belly button back. Take another inhale, exhale, drip your hips nice and low, and then you might move the knees, pedal right, left, right, left. Good. If you're on your knees, that movement's not gonna serve you, right? Stay on your knees, but if you wanna move there, you straighten one leg at a time, push back and back, back and back. You always have the option to stay still. If your wrists are really grumpy, you always have the option to come down onto your elbows. Good, nice. It's press, press, and press. Pedal it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold 2 straight legs. Pike your hips back, downward dog. Make this mean something. Drain your heels toward the ground, and then lengthen your sits bones to the sky as you shift back into those heels. Push the floor forward. Big inhale, drip your head down low. Exhale to come a little bit deeper into that down dog. Good. Now, heel toe your feet together behind you. Sweep your right leg to the sky and bend your right knee. Rotate through the right ankle. Think of this as a standing split, standing stretch for the left leg. Big inhale here. Exhale, glide forward. Step your hand or foot in between your hands and take your hands all the way back up. Big crescent lunge. Now shift forward with your toes and shift the hips back. Hands come back, heart center. Step into your left foot and hinge, hinge. Go side to side. Yeah, back in these lateral lunges. Nice, good. So this is all about hinging forward at the hip crease, trying not to reach your hips underneath you or tuck your pelvis underneath you or come upright, because that'll only, again, put a load on your knees, but you're really fiercely hinging forward. But keep yourself long and drawn in there, because as soon as we hinge forward, we automatically kind of want to give ourselves permission to let the belly drop and let the low back compress. That's not what you're doing. Inhale, exhale the front of the body, up, up, up to meet the back of the body. Lengthen your tailbones about 4 feet on the floor behind you. And then you might add some arms. Reach, reach, reach. Good, just hinging from side to side. If you chose to add these arms, make the back arm matter. It's really easy to just flop it behind you here. You're reaching out through both sets of fingertips. Good. 4, 3, 2, we end up on the left side. Now stand up, tap to the right, and sink back down to the left. Keep it going. And down. Good. Nice. There's just the slightest bit of impact here on the left knee. If that doesn't feel good to you, just stand and sink back down. But if you're okay with that, you're tapping your left toes and then coming back down into the foot. You protect the knee by shifting your hips backward with this movement, right? Rather than keeping the hips right underneath you. Nice, guys. Keep breathing. Take it up, down. 5, 4, good. 3, maybe you're sinking to your breath or sinking to your music. Last 2, last one, hold it to the left. Spin toward that left knee. I'm gonna do a crescent lunge. Drip the hips low. Reach your right hand up overhead. Take a nice big inhale, lengthen it tall. Exhale to press your left knee open with your left hand as you open to the right. Press that right hip forward. Big spinal rotation. Inhale here. Exhale the arm up and forward. Take it down to the ground and then drip into a big, nice runner's lunge. Good. Squeeze the back glute. Oh no, I missed something. You're gonna sweep your arms up overhead. This is important. Ground down through your left heel. I know some of you were gonna miss it. Down 1 inch, up 1 inch. Take it down and up. Whew. Down, good. And up, nice guys. Yeah, I'm gonna check you out. I'm gonna look at my friends that are joining me live. Yes, Jerry, good. Be careful that that front knee doesn't knock inward towards your center line, okay? You're opening out the inner thigh so that the knee tracks right over the toes. It doesn't go super far, just 1 inch and down. Take it up and down. Good. Again, if your shoulders are grumpy here, maybe your hands come to your heart, maybe your hands come to the front of your ribs or on your hips or your belly and your heart. Just compose them somewhere where it feels like you're gaining control. Take it up and down. We got 3. And down for 2. This feels good. Last time. Hold it here. Inhale, high to the sky. Now exhale, open out. Take your hands to either side of your left foot and drip down in your runner's lunge. Lean into your right hand, spiral the left arm up to the sky. Take an inhale as if somebody's pulling on your fingertips. Exhale, drip the hips down low. Good. Then reach that arm behind you. Sweep it back down to the ground, grab the floor, and press back into your straight arm plank. Now soften your elbows here and tweeze them together. So from the front view, it's not this, right? It's this. You're hugging them into your rib cage. Good. Now, if you're on your toes, my friends, you're gonna bend your elbows, bend your knees, and tap the knees to the ground, and then straighten back up. Tap down and straighten back up. Woo! And up. Good. It's a bend and a reach. Nice, guys. It's bend and reach. If you're on your knees, you're holding stillness, but you're still softening those elbows and pressing back up. It's down and up. The elbows hug into your rib cage. Squeeze into your center line. We got 4. Press it up. 3. Press it up. It's 2. Press it up. Last time, press up and hold. Press back through the heels, lift through the belly, and open through the heart. Hold it. 4, 3, 2. Press the hips back. Downward facing dog. Woo, push your floor forward as you lengthen your sits bones back and just open your pelvis to the wall behind you. Drop your chin into your chest. Soften the back of your neck and shake your head out.
Pedal out those knees if that feels what's good. Just letting the hips dance from side to side. Good, now walk your feet together. Take your left leg to the sky. Rotate through that left ankle and bend the left knee. Think about pressing the left knee high and draining your right heel down to open up the hamstring and calf on the right side. Inhale there. Exhale, bring it forward, step it in between your hands. Both arms come up overhead. And then spin into a second position. We straighten both legs and sink back down. Legs, arms, and sink back down. Take it up, take it down, take it up, take it down. Okay, use your legs into the floor. I want you to activate them. So as you straighten your legs, think about the heels zipping in together. And then as you bend your knees, you think about the heels pressing apart. If you're on a hard wood or a slippery floor, this can feel like a little too literal. Try to get yourself on a rug or a carpet so that you can really grip the ground. Squeezing in and then pressing away. Squeeze in and press away. When Sarah Kate used to teach for us, who's on this call today, she would always do this awesome second position stuff where she would just like squeeze the floor. It's an energetic thing. We held on to that, Sarah Kate. We got 3. Take it up and down. For 2, it's up and down. Last time, up, we just hold it down and then pulse it down. Pulse down, good. Pulse down and down. From here, let's hug the elbows into the rib cage. Take an inhale into the width of the ribs. And then as you exhale, pull the rib cage back and down into your abdominal wall. Nice. Try to do that without carving your chest forward. Keep the collarbones wide and open and soft. That's 6 pulses. 5. It's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn the toes forward, drop down, forward fold. Shake out the back of your neck. When you're here in your forward fold, heel toe your feet toward each other. That might mean that you can no longer reach the floor. That's okay, just grab onto your shins or the tops of your thighs. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale to bend your knees and let your lower back just traction and relax here with 2 bent knees in your forward fold. Another inhale. When you exhale this time, make it mean something as you bring your chin into your chest and roll through your spine. Take it slow, round down through your heels and draw up through your belly. Feels good. Nice, guys. Okay, here's where that wall comes in handy. So find a gorgeous, clean wall space. If you need to like move pictures off the wall or a mirror out of the way to do it, be my guest. You have my permission to rearrange your apartments. Okay, so bring your back against your wall. And then you're gonna walk down and walk your feet forward. Make sure that you can grip the ground here, okay? Slidey socks or slippery floors is not gonna work for this one. We really gotta ground into the floor. So if you need to go grab something, just like pause it and come back. Take your hands on your thighs, open out your collarbones and press your shoulder blades back into your wall. Now, draw your belly button in and you're sitting down in an imaginary chair, right? All you need is your back pressing into that wall. You're gonna curl your pelvis forward just slightly, just enough so that your lower back presses into the wall. And then curl your pelvis down to the floor just enough so that your lower back comes off the wall. Curl forward, 2 counts, curl back, 2 counts. It's forward, 2 counts, and back. What's happening is that you're pressing the lower back into the wall, surface and then lifting it away, right? Curl it forward and curl it back. Now, keep the shoulder blades glued to the wall. The back of your head presses into the wall. Give a ponytail there, maybe lift it up or move it out of the way. I want you to feel the back of your head pressing into the wall so that your neck is in a really healthy position. You're strengthening your neck in a super healthy way. You can do this in the car too, if you ever have an excuse to drive anywhere. Take it back, 2 counts, curl forward, yeah. Press back, 2 counts, and forward. Keep it going. As you kind of rock and teeter your pelvis back and forth here, I don't want you to think that you're like tucking your pelvis underneath you and squeezing your glutes. That's not what you're doing. The movement is coming from your low spine and it's coming from your abdominal wall. So it's like the spinal articulation while the lower body is just sitting here. Take it back, 2 counts, take it forward. Okay, last time, teeter the pelvis back so that your low back lifts off of the wall, and then just keep your shoulder blades pressing into the wall. We lift the right heel, lift left heel. I'm gonna need to readjust my feet so that they don't slide forward. Right and left, lift and lift. If it feels good to you, you can reach your arms forward. Maybe you reach your arms up and just like try to tap your thumbs against the wall behind you without releasing your mid back off of that wall.
The whole spine is pressing into the wall with the exception of the curvature in the back of your neck and the curvature in the low spine, right? So if you do this and your ribs flare and you come off the wall, don't do it. Come here so that the back of the ribs can press into your wall. You lift right and left. Good, nice. There's all this cueing about the arms and shoulders and all this stuff distracting you from what's going on in the lower body. I hope so, that's the goal, is lift and lift. We got 3 more. And 2, last one, hold the right heel lifted. Okay, you can stay right here. You can stay here, you can stay here, your choice. I'm gonna extend that right leg forward and then bring it back in. Forward, bring it back in. Take it forward and in. It's forward and in. Nice, forward. If you wanna move those arms, you reach them overhead and bring them back forward. It's up and down. This is all about that left leg staying stable, right? We got 4, last 3, just 2. Last one, take it forward, bring it back, switch the heels. It's switch and switch, switch and switch. Good, switch and switch. Keep it going, guys. Switch and switch. Switch for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the left heel lifted. You might just stay. You might extend, pull it back. Extend. You might add the arms. We take them overhead and bring them back forward. Woo! And bring them back forward. Yes! The right heel's digging into the ground. It's super strong. Your right glute is stable, on fire. We got 4, and down. 3, last 2, and down. Last time, bring it back to center. Both heels on the ground, both hands on your thighs. Press your low spine into the wall, and then pull it away. Curl forward, curl back. Forward and back. It's a really small movement. You might not even really be able to see it, right? If you look down, you can definitely feel it. The low back presses in and releases. Belly button's pulling in the whole time. We got 3 more. 2 more. Last time, keep the low back lifted off of the floor. Walk your heels in and shift forward into an inclined chair. Reach your arms forward. I'm gonna come join you in the center of the room. You can stay right where you are. You take your hips here, down 1 inch and up 1 inch. Down and up. If it feels better to have your hands at your heart, then do that instead. Down and up, down and up. Nice, guys. Your feet are hips width distance apart. And just like before in those lateral lunges, you've got this like 45-degree angle in your spine. You're reaching the hip bones back. They're pointing toward the floor, but about 4 feet behind you. Good, up and down. Yeah, if it feels good to reach your arms up overhead, you're adding a lot more engagement through your upper torso. If that feels good to you, flip your palms up to face the sky and try to take advantage of that rotation in your upper arm bone to open out your collars. Take it up and down. We got 5, for 4, for 3, 2, let's pulse it down and pulse and pulse and pulse. I want you to think about your glutes here and your hamstrings. You're reaching those hips back and down to the floor. It's pulse and pulse. Pulse. Now you should be still close to your wall, right? Pretty close. Pulse at 4, 3, 2. I want you to stand up. Press the arms behind you, engage the glutes, and then sink back down. It's up. Rinse out the quadriceps. Sink back down. Let's go faster. And down. Take it up and down. It's your choice to lift up on your toes at the top and down. Good. Nice. If you're sweeping your arms back and forth, good on you. You're activating your upper body. But if you need to catch your breath, your hands come to your heart to find your balance, bring you a little bit more composure. It's up and down. Good, guys. Keep breathing. 3, last 2. We're gonna meet on the up. Last one, hold it up. Grab your wall with your right hand and turn toward the right. Now take your left hand on your hip. This wall is acting as your stability, right? Turn your toes away from each other. You're in a 4th position. Your toes are pointing away from each other, but your hips are pointing forward. Sink down in a knee bend and drop the heels and then pick them back up. It's down and up. Take them down. Good, nice. The biggest challenge here in this 4th position, which from a front view looks like this, you're kind of making this diamond shape because your knees are turned out over your toes, turned out. The biggest challenge is that back hip. Trying to keep the hips from getting wonky is the hardest thing about this. Take it down and up so the hips stay really still and facing forward. It's down and up. You can always test your balance away from your wall. Take your hands heart center, or maybe arms up overhead again. Down and up. Nice. We got 4.
Last 3. Last 2. Hold the lift in both heels. You take those hips down 1 inch, up, down 1 inch, and up. Good. I'm finding the beat of my music here. That feels good to me. But feel free to make it work for you at your own pace. Might be going to the beat of your own heart, which is beating pretty fast, I'm hoping right now. We got 4. It's 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it on the down. Scoop your pelvis forward and back, and forward and back, and forward and back, and forward and back. Nice. Good. We're going to add straight legs. As you reach the pelvis back, we straighten the legs up. Scoop forward to bend the knees. Scoop and press. Scoop and press. Take your hand on your rib cage. Make sure the rib isn't going along for the ride. There's no reason why the upper body should be flexing and extended. This is all about that spinal movement, low pelvis, low belly, and low spine. Curl forward, curl back. We got 3, 2, last 1. Hold it up, set your heels down. Turn back into that chair, hands heart center. We take our hips down 1 inch, up 1 inch, down and up. See what we did there? Down, and I'm gonna check you out. You guys look great. And up, yeah, good, Jerry. Walk your feet a little closer together. You two out there. Nice, guys. Thanks for keeping your cameras on. I can see you. Good, Sarah Kate. She's moving so small because she doesn't have to move big because she's so deep. It's down and up. Nice. Gather the front of your belly. Gather the front of your ribs, but release your pelvis behind you so that you're not tucking it under. We got 3 more. 2 more. Down. Last time, take it down, stand it all the way up, maybe come to your toes. Sink back down and down. It's up and down. Good. Nice. Find the beat that works for you. I'm finding the beat of my music. That feels good to me. Nothing like a little LCD sound system. Press it up and down. We really zip up to the back of the glutes and zip the base of the glutes into the hamstring. Seal it closed there to find your support. It's up and down. We got 3. Hinge forward. Last 2. Hinge forward. Last 1. Hinge forward. Now hold it at the top. Grab your wall with your left hand. Spin towards your left toes and take your right hand on your hip. Bend both knees. You're in 4th position again. We send the heels down, pick them back up, down and up. Yeah, good. Yeah, nice. Okay, so another weird thing about 4th position is that because like the knees and the hips are in different positions, the heels would love to come down at different rates, right? Back heel first, totally. But you're trying to send them down to the ground at the same rate and then send them back up at the same rate. Lower, lift, lower, lift. That takes a lot of control for you to be able to do that, right? A lot of control of the lower legs and the quadriceps. A lot of like deceleration down and then lift back up, decelerate. Yeah, keep your pelvis relaxed. Maybe reach back and grab that goodness back there. It should be nice and soft. There's no surprise tucks or anything happening here that'll only put strain on the knees. Got 3 and up, 2 and up. Last time, let's hold it at the top. We take the hips down. It's down, down and down. This is hard, down and down. Nice, guys. Maybe you can catch your balance. If you can, it means that you're engaging all the muscles that you need to engage to keep yourself supported here on your own. You don't need that wall. Pulse down. It's down. Maybe you do. Okay, but we're working toward it. And sometimes your balance is a little off. Every day is different. We got 4. Pulse 3. It's 2 and 1. Hold here. Let's curl the pelvis forward and back and forward. Now notice how there's no squeezing in the glutes. It's not like an aggressive tuck of the pelvis. This is just a lift of the lower belly. Draw the pubic bone up, draw it back down, just like that chair against the wall. Take it forward and down. Now we're gonna reverse it this time. As we stand up, we curl forward and then back down, curl back, forward and back, forward and back. If this movement feels confusing to you at all, just leave it. Don't do it, stay down. That's harder anyway. Back, take it forward and back. We got 3 more. And back, 2 more. Curl forward, curl back. Last time, curl forward, curl back, hold it here. Squeeze that back heel in to meet your front heel. Now you're in first position. We're just holding. That's all we're doing. Squeezing your heels together. Sink down. Relax your glutes so that you shake out those tail feathers behind you. Maybe hands heart center. Maybe arms overhead. Sink it down. Hold it for 4. Hold it for 3. Hold it for 2 and 1. Yes. Great job, guys. Take it away. Shake it out. Yeah. All right. Nicely done. Okay. So we're gonna grab that bedtime pillow or your soft roller if you have one. A firm roller is a bit too firm for this next action. So if you don't have a bedtime pillow, for some reason you don't sleep with one, then you can wrap a bath towel around your firm roller to make it softer. Okay, so if you have a roller, bring it in front of you and just sneak in a couple of quadricep rolls. If you don't have a roller, that's okay. Set your pelvis on top of your pillow, lie down on the floor, bend your left knee, grab onto your left foot and take a quadricep stretch. Take a full cycle of breath in your stretch. You can even do this if you have a roller too, if that feels good to you. And then release it, grab onto the other side. If you've got the roller and you're gliding back and forth, keep your belly lifted like a plank. And then you are more than welcome to do the same stretch, grabbing back and releasing. Okay, from wherever you are, if you're on a roller, roll back so that your pubic bone comes on top of the roller. If you're on the pillow, just set your pelvis right in the center of that pillow. You want that pillow to be lengthwise underneath your pelvis, okay? Let's come onto our forearms here. And then drop your knees to the ground. Relax your feet into the ground, the tops of your feet. Take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, push the floor away from you. Carve out your abdominals and open out your chest. There's lots of strength and lift there. Now bend your left knee as deeply as you can. Your right knee's on the ground, right? Push your pelvis into your roller or your pillow and lift your left knee off the ground. Now start to poke the sky. Little presses. Press, press. Okay. As you're pressing up here, your main objective is to keep your pelvis and your low back really, really still. So if that means that you just keep pushing your hips deeply into the object below you, your pillow or your roller, and you hardly get any lift in the left knee, that's fine. It might be on the ground just thinking about lifting off, but that is fine because just thinking about engaging those muscles will engage them, okay? In the same way that lifting the knee off the ground will. Good. Half of this exercise is about the stillness and the stability that you have in your low back and your pelvis. So that's something you're really trying to do. Whether you point your left toes or flex them does not matter. Just pick the position that feels the most productive, the most powerful to you. It's push and push and push. Take another moment to inhale. As you exhale, push the floor away. Carve out through the front of the ribs and lift through the belly. It's press and press. Whew. Press and press. Good, guys. It's 8, 7, 6. Really tiny movements, right? Because you're moving against the stillness of the pelvis and the low back. For 3, 2, hold it here. Let's straighten the leg all the way. This should feel good, but when you straighten, hold there, push your left hip deeper into your pillow or your roller, and then squeeze back in. Keep pushing that left hip down into your prop as you move the lower leg back and forth. The thigh goes nowhere. It just stays super, super still. Really isolate just the low leg and then squeeze back in. Take it back. Good, guys. How are your shoulders? Inhale. Exhale, push the floor away, right? Carve out through the front of the body. Squeeze and straighten. Straightening your leg as much as you can is just as important as squeezing it in as much as you can. Your hamstring and glute gets an engagement at either end of this movement. So make the ends matter. Really squeeze it in and then really lengthen it out. 2 more. In and straighten. Last time, let's squeeze it in, straighten it out, hold it there, really reach through the toes, then lift a little bit. It's lift, little pulses, up and up. There's like hardly any movement here, right? Because there's like hardly anywhere that your leg can go. If it goes up too high, then you'll end up arching your lower back and moving there. And that's not where the movement's coming from. You're really lifting up through the abdominal wall and keeping the low back super, super still. We got 3 more. For 2, last one. Take your hands to the floor, bring both knees to the ground, and then reach the left leg back again, lift it off, and turn to face it. If it's more comfortable for you to come down onto your right elbow, be my guest. Scoop your pelvis forward. You make little circles with the left leg, up, back, and around. Up, back, and around. So you totally can stay on your roller or your pillow for this exercise. It's much more challenging. It's a little bit more productive if you have the roller over a pillow because the pillow has less lift to it. Take it up, back, and around. So your choice, up on all fours, down on your roller, down on your pillow, if you're feeling like a beast. We got 3 and around, 2 more, up, back, and around. Last time, lift it up, press it back, hold it there. Then bend your knee, pull it towards your left elbow, bring it in, bring it back, bring it in, bring it back. This is our feel-good move, right? Let's make it feel even better by recruiting that left arm. Pull it in, press back. It's squeeze and reach, squeeze and reach. Nice, guys. Squeeze and reach. We go 4. Last 3, really exhale as you squeeze. Last 2, squeeze in and out. Last time, squeeze and hold it there. Just drop that left arm behind your back and kick the left leg forward. Flex your foot, push the leg as far in front of you as you can, and then up. Little pulses up and up. Got 8, 7, 6, and 5. Press 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees together. Bring your hands to the floor and press back into a child's pose, but like just go halfway back so that your knees can slide open and your belly can try to connect toward the ground. Nice, guys. If you have a roller, you can drop your forehead on top of the roller. If you have a pillow, then maybe your elbows are just on top of the pillow. You drop your chin into your chest. Shift your hips from side to side in this kind of wide-legged child's pose. Good. Take a nice big breath. As you exhale, tweeze the knees together. We're gonna take a stretch after our set. So bring your quadriceps back on that roller or back on that pillow. If you have a roller, you can glide back and forth. Take a moment there. And then bring the pillow right underneath your pubic bone, or the roller right underneath your pubic bone. Drop your knees to the ground, drop your feet to the ground. I'm gonna switch around so that I give you a better vantage point. Take your elbows to the floor. Big inhale. Exhale, push the floor away. Carve through the front of your body and bend your right knee. Now push the right hip really deeply into the roller or the pillow. Keep it there and poke up and up. Press and press. Good, guys. I'm coming over to check out my friends who are joining us live. See how you guys are doing. Yeah, Sarah, Kate, you guys look really, really nice. Okay, Caroline, I see you. Take an inhale. Exhale, carve your belly up and in. Push the floor away. I know you can lift your shoulders a little bit more. Yeah, lift and lift. Good, Jess. Lift and lift. Nice. You guys don't think I can see you, but I totally can. It's lift and lift. We take in class together. It feels good. Okay, it's a lift and lift. Okay, yeah, good. So the front of the right hip is really pressing into the ground. Ooh, my music just got a little bit faster. That just encourages me to go smaller, which is what I should be doing all along, right? Lift and press and press. We got 6, 5, 4, 3. Really anchor that right hip into the roller or the pillow. It's 3, 2, and hold it there. Extend your leg really straight. Hold there for a second. Reach out longer. Push the right hip deep into the roller and then squeeze back in. Take it out. Squeeze it in. You can take this at your own pace, a pace that feels really productive for you. I happen to be syncing with my music because I like that pace. But as you're straightening and bending the knee, the thigh doesn't lower and lift, right? It stays really, really still in space. Good. Whether you flex the foot or point the foot doesn't matter. It's of no consequence to me. But you want to just make sure that you choose the position of your foot that makes your leg feel the most powerful at either end. Really squeeze it in and then really push it out straight. Lengthen through the heel. We take it in. Press it out. How are your shoulders? Big inhale. Exhale, push into the ground. Carve through the belly. Yeah, and really lift up out of those shoulder joints. And squeeze it in. We got 3 more. Take it out and in. Whew, 2 more. Stillness is really hard. Last time, hold it on the out. Reach it really long and then little tiny pulses. It's up, up, and up. Oh, this exercise never fails to make my glutes and hamstrings totally burn. It's all about the stillness here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, drop both knees to the ground. Press yourself up all fours. Extend the right leg back again. Come down onto that left elbow if that serves you best, and then open yourself to the right. Lift the right leg. We take little circles, up, back, and around. They're little donut-sized circles, up and around. Good. Okay, same thing here. No exceptions to the rib cage, right? Push into the ground and carve your left rib cage up and away from the floor. Carve the left waistline, up, back, and around, up and around. Yeah, really nice. You're reaching really long out through the toes or the heel. I tend to get more out of this one when I'm flexing my foot, reaching to the heel. You make the choice that feels the best for you. We got 3 more. 2 more. Last time, hold it there. Let's feel good. Pull the knee in and reach it back long. It's in and reach. Maybe the right arm comes for the ride. We pull it all in, reach long. This is a lot of work for that left shoulder stability, right? And reach. Good. It's effortless. Your right knee is sliding on a coffee table right next to you. So keep the toes and the knee lifted at the same place. In and reach. We got 3 more. Exhale in. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it in. Drop that right arm behind your back and kick the right leg forward. Flex your foot. We take the leg up 1 inch, down 1 inch. Just lift and lower. Stabilize that left shoulder. Press yourself away from the ground and push out through the right heel. Get lots of length. You're stamping the wall in front of you with your foot. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Take it down. Woo! Same stretch, but this time just bring your elbows to the ground in front of your roller or your pillow. Slide your knees away from each other and let your belly drop onto your roller or pillow. Start to shift your hips backward and shift your hips forward. If you're on a roller, you're just letting that roller roll back and forth on your belly. And then pick your favorite angle here and shift your hips from one side to the other. Good. Let's take a quick glute stretch. Bring your hands to the ground. Bring your knees together and just slide your left knee forward, right leg back. So if you have a roller and you have that pillow, you are more than welcome to sit on it and let your foot come forward of your roller or pillow. This will increase the stretch. If it doesn't feel like that's what you're going for, take that prop away and then just bring the heel in closer towards you. Walk yourself forward. Connect your chin to your chest and just drop down over your leg. Take a moment. Inhale, expand through the back of your ribs. Exhale to soften yourself a little deeper. Good. I could stay in this stretch for probably the next 15 minutes. And it doesn't feel like any of you are here to stop me, but I know you are virtually. So let's come away from that roller and then bring the right leg forward. Do the same thing. Extend the left leg back. If you're on a roller and you've been to our classes before, you know that as you glide forward and back, you can come into that rolling pigeon pose. Maybe you just pick a spot, let the right foot hang off the front of your roller or pillow. Walk your hands forward and drop your head. Having the prop underneath your hip definitely increases the stretch, so feel free to take it away if it feels like too much. Always just make it work for you, you know. Inhale, exhale, drip the back of your neck deeper. And then let's peel our way up to sitting. Find your weights or weight-like objects. If I were at home right now, I'd have like 2 jars of pasta sauce or maybe like 2 cans of tomatoes or something like that. Tomatoes all day, every day. Take your knees on top of your pillow or your roller, okay? And then curl your toes behind you. Bring your weights into your hand and squeeze them into your side. You pull forward, palms face the ground, and then pull back, palms face up. Forward and back. Forward and back. Good, guys. Checking out your setup. Take it forward and back. So for the record, yeah, okay, cool. So most of you are kneeling, but if that doesn't feel good, then you can feel free to just stand this entire time that we're gonna do these weights, okay? Maybe you choose not to have weights in your hands. That's an awesome choice too. Take it forward and in and forward. Maybe add the hips, press, press. Good. That might feel too fast for some of you. Feel free to slow it down. If you are adding these hips, as you press up to the top, you want to think about engaging the glutes and kind of sealing the base of the glutes into the top of the hamstrings. Press, press, good. Press, you get some quadricep and glute action. 5, 4, it's 3, push forward. Last 2, press it up. Last 1, hold it on the up. Raise your arms up to eyebrow height, and then pull the right arm back and forward. Left arm pulls back and forward, right arm. Left arm. So as you're doing this, if my friends are kneeling with me, we're squeezing the glutes, pressing the hips forward. We might lean back a little bit farther. Press and forward. Press and forward. Good. As you pull back, you're lifting the elbow, right? Yeah. And if you have something super heavy in your hands, like a 3-pound weight, and you've gone crazy with it, then this feels a lot more sensational. Try to keep the weight up at shoulder height, elbow up at shoulder height. Keep leaning back. And again, you might just be doing all the same stuff, just standing. Either way, you're keeping lifted through the elbow. We got 3 more. Pull back and forward. 2 more. Last time, pull back and forward. Sweep your arms behind you, hinge forward. Start to pulse, 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 pulse. Okay, so at this angle, you can see that my arms are well above my hips and they don't drop lower than that, right? Keep them nice and straight. Keep opening out through the collarbones. Step the right foot forward, and then step the left foot forward and come into a chair, coming off your roller. Good, or your pillow. It's a pulse, and pulse, pulse. Keep it going, guys. It's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your elbows, raise them up overhead as you stand, and then sink them back in. Press them back behind you. Bend in and push, in, press back. In, push up, in, press back. Good. Got the movement. Let's go faster. Push back and up, back and up. Maybe you've got the balance to come all the way up onto your toes today. Press back and up. Good. Think about the hands passing just through the armpits, not past the waistline, not past the rib cage, but through the underarms so that you stay lifted and your elbows are super bent as they pass forward and back. We got 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it on the back, guys. Last set here in your chair. Bring the back of your wrist toward each other and together in front of you, and thread the arms back through. Full circle. It's a butterfly stroke. Forward, pull back. Forward, pull back. I'm gonna make the choice to drop my weights. Forward, whew, pull back. I made that choice because my shoulders feel a little bit tight today. And instead of straining them with the weight, I'd rather explore all this range of motion and all the possibilities there without the weight in hand, so that I can really open out the shoulders instead. We got 4, bring it back. 3, and I gotta say it feels great. 2 more, forward, bring it back. Last time, forward, bring it back. Drop your chin to your chest, lengthen your hips behind you, and come forward into a forward fold. Release your weights and return them back behind your back to clasp your hands behind your pelvis. Reach the arms up to the sky. Connect your chin to your chest. And balance feels a little tricky here. Bend your knees deeply. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Let it go. Release your hands. Bring them to the ground. And then find your way to your knees. If you have a roller or that pillow, hook your ankles on top of it. Slide all the way forward. Find your forearms and find your plank. Good. With your ankles lifted here. Take a big inhale, exhale. Again, push the floor away. We're familiar with this, right? Inhale again, exhale. Pull the belly button up, up, up into your spine to elevate your abdominal wall. And then if you have that roller, if you have that pillow, point your toes and send your knees away from the ground. With a pillow, this is particularly brutal. I recommend getting a roller. We have them in stock. We're even getting more. Oh, okay. Holding your plank. Now, if you have a roller, you might pike those hips higher and press back down. And pike those hips higher and press back down. You might be just softening your knees to the ground and finding stillness and stability in the shoulders and abdominals, your choice. Or you're lifting and lowering. Lift and lower. We have 10 more here, guys. Whoo! 9, take it down. It's 8, take it down. Maybe just fiercely holding stability, right? Yes, nice choice, guys. Good, Jess. Sarah Kate, do what serves you. Ooh, Althea's going for it. We got 3 more. Up and down, 2 more. It's lift and lower. Last time, just hold the plank wherever feels great for you. Reach your heart towards your thumbs and take a big cycle of breath. Inhale, exhale, drop the knees to the ground, press back, child's pose. Walk your elbows back to your knees, and then just let the hips drip into the heels. Good. Inhale, exhale. Take your hands to the floor. Roll yourself up, and then go ahead and lie all the way down on your back. Before we go any further, you can take that pillow or the roller behind your neck if that feels great for you, and you can just leave it there. But if you want to connect with the floor a little bit more with your whole spine, just release the roller, totally up to you. Okay, walk your feet as close into your hips as you can, and then bring your hands onto the shelf that your thighs have created for you here. Take a big breath. When you exhale, press your knees away from you, and just try to soften your torso. Think of that like Chinese finger trap scenario, those knitted little finger baskets, where as you pull them away, the center of them narrow in and traction away. That's what your torso is doing now. So as you push your thighs away and just breathe into it, you're imagining the center of your body pulling in and lengthening. You can feel this traction in your low spine. If your low spine is not compressed, you won't feel this. Good for you. Take an inhale, exhale. Just try to relax your spine, relax your midsection. For me, it helps to shrug the shoulders, lock out the arms, and then I've got a lot of leverage to push my thighs away from me. But it doesn't have to be a lot, it can be gentle. Okay. Slowly release that. Let your lower back press back into the floor and hands down on the floor next to you. Inhale, exhale, cement your low back now into the ground. And then inhale, exhale, cement your belly down into your spine. Bring both knees up overhead. And then do the same thing we did before, but this time right below your knees. Straighten your arms to slide your knees away from you. They should line up right over your hips. And then put a little bit of pressure in your hands without bending your elbows. You should feel your low abdominals light up. Do you feel that? Big inhale. Exhale, press the low spine deep into the floor. You might just hold here. You might decide to release that prop behind you. Either way, your arms are straight and you're putting some pressure with your knees into your hands. You might stay. You might start to dip your right toes down and up. Left toes down and up. Right toes down and up. Left toes. Good, nice. As you return the knee to connect with the hand, put some pressure into it. Press your left knee in. Press your right knee in. Good. It's reach and in. Reach. As you do this, the temptation is to let the low back lift off the ground or to let the belly splay up to the sky. You're sinking the low back down to the ground, sinking the belly down to the spine. Down and up and down. This is hard, right? So it might feel like it's more productive for you just to stay in the center and focus on the stillness and the engagement. Maybe you want to even speed it up. Your choice. Do not let the knees come closer into your body than your hands are going to let them. Good. 6, 5, it's 4 together. 3, 2, and 1. Bring both knees back up. Squeeze your knees together. Keep them right where they are. Plant your hands on the floor. Thank goodness, right? Inhale. Exhale. Sink the low back down. Keep the knees away and start to fishtail your lower legs over to the left, to the right. Big exhales every time your toes turn one direction and the other. Now, the thing that we like to do here is bring the knees into the chest. You're trying not to do that. You're trying to keep a full arm's distance away from your knees and your shoulders. Switch, switch. Keep the knees tight, squeezing together. Keep them right in the center of your body. If you look down at them, they don't waver from the center line. That's 7, 6, hang in there. 5, 4, it's 3, 2, and one. Pull the knees into your chest. Hug them in. Let the lower back relax and release. And then let the knees fall away from each other. Start to rock your body side to side. It can be a gentle rock. Nice, guys. Relax your low back. Nice big inhale, exhale. Draw the knees together over to one side and use your strength to press yourself up to sitting. Cool. Let's roll out the hip flexors and quads. Go back to what we know and love. If you don't have a roller at home, a ball will do. If you don't have a ball, then I suggest that you get one. Okay, so let's take the roller of choice that you've got. Maybe it's firm or soft underneath your quadriceps. And then just like you did before the glute work, start to glide forward and back. Good, guys. So let's take that roller right underneath our pubic bone and bring the left hand to the floor. Bend your left knee and prop that left knee up onto the roller. If you have a short roller, this is not gonna work really. You just gotta like come off to the edge of it. You want your hips to be open 45 degrees and that right hip flexor shelf to be hooking into the roller. Start to kind of pump back and forth on that hip flexor shelf of the right side. Sort of that crease where your pelvis and your thigh meet. And then if that feels really important to you, you might bend the right knee and windshield wiper the lower leg from side to side. Good. Maybe that feels so important that you need to stay there. Work through those hip flexors. But if you want to get into the meat and potatoes of your quadricep, walk your arms forward, keep your hips open at 45 degrees, and drag the roller down the outer diagonal edge of your thigh. This is the vastus lateralis. It's one of the thickest muscles in the body. It's really important to just like keep it open. It keeps our back happy, keeps our posture upright. Find a spot within that outer diagonal edge of your right quadricep. Hover there. Take a nice big inhale, and when you exhale, relax your right kneecap. Just see if you can soften yourself in this place. Feel free to stay there as long as you need to. You're at home. So if you want to jump onto the other side whenever you're ready, or go there with me, straighten both legs back on that roller, glide forward, glide back. And when you do that, turn your toes in toward each other, turn your toes out away from each other. And then let the roller come right below your pubic bone again. Right hand to the floor. Turn toward that right hand and bring your right knee up onto the roller next to you. Now shift yourself back so that that roller just hugs the hip crease. And then if you want to stay there, you can bend the left knee, windshield wiper the lower leg, back and forth. Or maybe it's going to feel really good to straighten that left leg and comb through the outer left quadricep. This is one of those places in the body that we're like really prone to fight against when we find, because there's so much sensation here, you know, or there can be. So let's find a spot and let's kind of like speak to that. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, really relax and kind of dismantle the left kneecap. Let go of any tension that you might be holding there, right? You might be like subconsciously bending your knee or kind of tensing up the muscle. Let it go. And then minimize your movement. Nothing is going to stop you from staying there longer. If you feel like you need to, then do it. But if you are ready to finish up and start to do that, start to comb through the front of that line. Lengthen both quadriceps back on the roller and comb through them again one last time. And because of all this planking that we did today, we're gonna finish with a nice long spinal roll up. So bring that roller back onto your pubic bone, knees to the ground. Bring your hands to the floor or your roller, totally your choice. Curl your toes and come into a forward fold with your feet hips width distance apart. Now, when you're here, let's just bend the knees as deeply as they want to go. Connect your chin down into your chest. And maybe you stay here for a moment, clasp your hands together, bring them into the base of your skull, and really pull the back of your skull down toward the ground. Just reiterating the traction that you want in your spine. Big inhale, inflate in through the back of the ribs. When you exhale, release your hands and put your weight into your heels, begin to roll up. Draw your belly button up into your spine to protect your lower back as you really comb through. Take your time. And then when you reach the top, if you've decided to end this way with me, let's breathe it out together. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, reach out, expand beyond your edges. Good, again. Inhale, take it up top. Exhale, reach behind you. This time, tuck your chin into your chest. One more time. Inhale, sweep all that energy up. Bring it in between your hands and draw those hands down into your center. And carry that center with you for the rest of the day. Nicely done, guys. Thank you for joining me for this. I really appreciate it. I'm going to unmute you all.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thanks, guys. Good to have you. Ooh, Tam, did you take class?
I did it, dude.
All right. I got her.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining, guys. You feel okay? Everybody's cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel so much better. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure, Sarah Kate. So good to see you. Take care of yourself. Bye, Haley. Bye, Althea.
Thank you. It feels
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.